across the world on radioalansar.co.za.
Hey, youth of today, it's time to keep it real. Real talk, real issues, real youth. From mental health and peer pressure to faith, identity, and the power of social media. No topic is off limits. Join Sumaya every Wednesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. on Radio Alansar for real talk where your voice matters. It's your space, your story, your platform. Real talk, real issues, real youth. Only on Radio Alansar.
If you wanna look amazing, lady, you know what you gotta do right now.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, welcome to Youth Frequency, the show where real youth conversations meet real life issues, trends and challenges affecting young people today. Well, tonight's topic is something hitting hard across schools, campuses, gaming spaces and social media timeline. Online scams targeting the youth. You know, the rise of online scams targeting the youth. From fake jobs, offers and bursaries to TikTok scams, catfishing, fake online stores and AI-generated trickery. Well, the internet streets are getting dangerous. Just the other day we heard a well-known hospital got hacked in the area, not too far away. And and the internet streets are getting really, really dangerous. And joining us in tonight's powerful panel of discussions are amazing individuals with their input. We have Jamie, Michelle, Liam, Harian. Welcome to the show. We're excited to hear your thoughts, experiences, and opinions as we unpack how scammers are targeting young people. You know, those social media, fake opportunities and online pressure culture. Because honestly, scams don't pull up in vans anymore. They pull up in very fancy cars. That's if they're going to pull your cell phone. If you know, you know. They pull up with verified looking profiles, flashy lifestyles, fake giveaways, and limited time opportunities. So this evening, tonight, we ask, is social media helping young people or exposing them? Are you chasing quick success online without thinking twice? And can cyber awareness become a new form of self-defense? Get comfortable, look into all of us onto your YouTube. And to those of you who always watch us, thank you so much. Where your voice is always spoken by us. So stay tuned. Our panel this evening, Jamie and Liam and Harian and Mommy Bear Michelle. Yes, great to have you guys back.
So happy to be here today.
Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. And you're still running, still practicing.
Yes, painfully so, but no, enjoying it.
Yeah, for those of you who are just listening and filling into the little chitter chatter, which we always have, Liam is training for the comrades. You said 30 days are left.
Yeah, 30 days.
Well done. Well, that's a shout out to all the youth, you know. Gosh. I take out my hat. That's like torture.
It is, and we paid to do that, you know. We paid
do you know, a lot of people don't know that you have to register.
You know how expensive comrades
what's the fees now to register?
I think this year it was 1,200 rand to get your entry for comrades, and then obviously you need to have a good shoe for comrades and stuff like that, so that's an extra cost, and then your race day and nutrition
and rubbing medicine.
Hey, I'm telling you.
You know, certain
and ice.
Certain of those things, gosh, you just go in to purchase a few things and gosh,
it happens all the time.
Yeah. Every time Liam comes on Youth Frequency, he's coming from purchasing something for himself. And but it's crazy, huh?
It's the times we
So
live
you probably need to look for a sponsor to fund you.
Guys, if anyone wants to buy me some new running shoes,
shoes are expensive, gosh. Do you know guys who come on for my show, school teachers who actually run, they say sometimes their shoes go up to 3,000-4,000 rand.
Yeah.
I was like, gosh.
Vomero Plus is now 3,600 rand. I took a friend today, he went to go buy his
That's
pair.
the cheapest one.
Not the cheapest one, but one of your best bets for comrades for the distance.
Oh, gosh. Well, anyway. Endure the pain, endure the pockets. Yeah.
We're getting scammed in real life. Yeah.
No, that's true. How we definitely getting scammed. Today's topic is quite hot because when you look at your phone, everything's popping up, targeting the youth. There's a job. At one point, a lot of the youth were going to Dubai and other places around the world thinking they're going for jobs, teaching, but sometimes they are conned. It's something which they never expect. And, invest money, do this, do that. Everything just crops up on her phone. Yeah, that's quite scary. Jamie, why do you think young people are the biggest targets for online scams today?
Well, one of the main ones being unemployment, of course. If the
We talk
scam
about that
is
all the
to
time.
pretend to give you jobs, then that'll be the main one. But I think also, of course, anyone targeting anyone for crime. We work a lot with Blue Security, and one of the things that they say is a lot of crime is targeted. Like they know, they can see if this is someone's weak point, if they feel that someone's vulnerable in this way. So they're obviously seeing the youth as vulnerable, maybe not having much work experience, then they can target them with fake work opportunities, or maybe they don't have a lot of experience with knowing to identify if the caller is an actual reputable company. Maybe they don't know if it is actually the bank. They don't have much experience. I think that's why they target the youth specifically.
Do you know, I had an experience that, no, they never take my money, but I was sharp. It's just that everyone laughed. Do you know, sometimes you get stuff cropping up on your phone from well-known chain stores. And I saw a whole lot of detergents. Come on, Michelle, you know the story. I was like, gosh, is that the price for that? And a whole lot of things. And then to realize everyone got like scammed. It never exists. Yes, but how do they manage to do that? I really don't know, because it's on every platform.
Yeah.
So you'll think it's authentic. It's not a scam.
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. Liam, have social media. I know we always talk since you love social media.
Love to hate on it.
Exactly. Have social media platforms become the new headquarters for scammers? And why do many youth trust people online so quickly?
I want to say yes, social media in a lot of ways, but also just our mobile devices, they've become the hotspot for the scams. But I would say on social media, there's ways you can go about it. There's ways to look reputable. There's ways to also look not reputable. I remember not too long ago, what people were doing is they were stealing accounts so that they looked reputable, so they would have a lot of following, and they'd get the logins for someone's account. And then they tried pass off like a Forex course that required you to pay X amount to this year. And then you get the signals for trading or whatever. So you'd see a lot of people who like your friends and stuff like that, posting on a random Tuesday about Forex when you know this person has no inkling of an idea of what happens with that. So, the social media space has definitely become a breeding ground for new types of scams. It preys on a lot of people's desperation, and also they apply pressure and create an unnecessary sense of urgency for you to go through the transaction, or you're going to miss out if you don't do it in this period of time,
But human nature and instinct, and we want to be part of everything, and especially the youth. When you see something, whether someone calls you or you see something on social media, we forget that there's scams. I know of colleagues who got scammed from banks for like 3,000 Rand, 2,000 Rand. And these are like educated people, but they are so good in what they do.
I think the general rule of thumb, which is it's a tale as old as time, is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
Nothing for free.
We need that friend to give us that kick, that chummy, that somebody to tell us, no, it can't be true. Because sometimes in that moment...
I like to tell people, hey, look like you're getting scammed. And if you don't listen to me and the money gets taken.
Hey, gosh. Harlan, welcome back. We had you at the souk, at the fair, at the Durban Summer Fest. You were there with us, looking cool as usual, representing the youth. Yeah. Is soft life culture making young people vulnerable to fake money schemes? The soft life culture.
The soft life culture. I mean, as a youth myself, I mean, in times I even try to chase that. I mean, no one wants to live a hard life, but unfortunately, that's the life we live. Unfortunately, that's the experiences you have to go through to grow as an individual. But of course, we always try to chase, easy money here, easy money there. I mean, and like you were saying, how social media has become the hotspot of it, and it's true. come across various people who've approached me in my DMs and they're like, look, I can offer you this if you pay me this much. I'm like, no, can't be. Like Liam said, if it sounds too good to be true, chances are it's fake.
Hey, you guys are grounded, right? Some of us are fall prey. If you see people, these fake profiles, you think, they look genuine. They're driving a car which is like, and they're living in, let's not go there, and the price of the shoe and the lifestyle and where they go. You would never think, but these are how scammers
that's
do
how
it.
they trap you.
Yeah.
I worry now for our older folk, especially with AI being on the rise.
100%,
Yo,
100%.
the older people are so cooked when it comes to that because people get
listening to you guys talking about how the young people are fooled. The older people are being fooled too. I mean, I've over time, like, sometimes you even get emails coming through your inbox and especially like, with me, I've got a non-profit company. So sometimes I'll get an email with Professor whoever from whatever country and he just wants to donate so much of funds and this and that, and that's a scam.
Yeah, we have to tell her no.
Yeah, and then my kids are like, I'm so like, guys, look at this email, and they're like, Mommy, no. Say, but why is he offering me funds? Is it that he knows we've got a non-profit company? And they say, Mommy, no.
Do you know, when you think about it, right, what about the SMSs you get? You have
Those are
250,000 rand or a call, and the chain messages.
or those calls that you pick up and there's no one on the other side.
And I know quite a few people and even colleagues at work where they hack into your number and you think Sumaya's chatting to Jamie will think it's me, and then I'll ask you, like, what, someone took money, please can you give me 500 rand or 1,000? And so many other colleagues actually paid that person only to find out it was a scam. It happened to 3 people, and I was like so shocked. And when I thought about it, when the same number who I thought it was one of my colleagues messaged me for 200 rand, then a jam or something happened, and I said, first of all, no, it's not this kind of person. And when they asked again, it's like 50-50. I can't believe it. Should I give or shouldn't? Because you won't want to pick up that phone and call because you're feeling a bit. But I know a colleague who gave 1,000 rand.
Yeah, it happens. There was one happening on Facebook as well, also for a while. And I think sometimes they still try their luck with some people, where they send messages borrowing money.
Imagine if they do that to 20 people.
Yeah.
That they already made money for the month.
Oh, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Michelle, why do, fake job offers spread faster than real opportunities? You're a veteran.
Simply because everybody's either in need of making more money, or because everybody's looking for a side hustle. The cost of living is high. So the side hustle thing has become very necessary right now, this day and age. I don't know if you've heard, but the rumor is if you don't have a side hustle, then, what sort of future you're going to have, which is true, because if you sit, I encourage you to have a side hustle. I'm always looking at how can I incur money on the side, etc. So it's almost like you end up with this, because now you're looking for a side hustle, or because you want to bring in extra income, you end up very vulnerable to these opportunities.
You become desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a trend, like everybody has something on the side, and let me join and I can make some extra bucks there too. Are unemployment youth easier to manipulate online?
I think yes, for sure. As Harlan mentioned, there's a sense of desperation, which I think the scammers are also so used to sniffing out. And as I said, just sometimes also maybe them not being aware of certain things, like I use the example of a bank. Like, what does it look like if these people send you an official letter? So I think education on that is 100% important. And shame, if there's a whole bunch of youth that are desperate for jobs and they've been trying and all of a sudden something comes that looks even remotely real, they will of course jump at that opportunity. And I think these scammers are very aware of that.
Exactly. Do you know, a few weeks ago, right here in Umhlanga, they busted a fake call center.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
crazy.
wow.
Put in the van.
Yo.
Look like
But-
a clown car with how many people they put in.
But imagine they were like dealing with so much of fraud and
Yeah.
scams, and Gosh, you wouldn't think, huh? Right here at home.
They're
Right
those
here at
people
home.
that are calling you and not answering when you pick up the phone.
I think
Spam.
so.
Yeah.
So those
Says
spam calls.
Johannesburg or Bloemfontein on it, and
yeah,
you're
it's-
wondering, who's
Gosh, or some foreign number. Hey, but as you said, AI is also scary because we don't
Yeah.
even know. Especially, I was watching something on YouTube a while back where a parent voice was like imitated on
Yeah.
AI
Yeah.
for the child's banking details, and the child gave it. A teenager from school, she just said the parents were separated or something, and money was put through, and it was so convincing. The child gave it, and I think it was like a couple $1,000s were taken.
But oftentimes that's also someone who knows you. If they know how to manipulate the
Yeah.
situation like
Yeah.
that sounds like a very specific situation.
Yeah, it sounds like an inside job.
Yeah.
Inside
But
job.
to be honest, with the amount of data that is out there
Yeah, that's
from
true.
these data collection
Yeah.
companies, it doesn't even have to be someone that knows you. I heard about that scam where that's why they don't answer the phone, because they're recording you apparently.
Oh my
Another
gosh.
crazy one is now this new one, the title deed scams. I don't know if you've heard of that.
No.
People are trying to scam you out of your house
Oh my.
through fraud.
I saw that
Yeah,
yesterday.
I was reading, I glazed through the article. But basically they frauding the documents, and then somehow they're legitimizing it that you signed over the papers and stuff like that. And then these people will come and steal your posi from you.
Oh gosh, but I know a couple of years ago, Michelle, you probably remember where you had youth, young adults wanting, looking for partners, or they're going overseas. They're chatting online only to realize they're being scammed, or human trafficking, or body or the organs being sold.
Yes, I know of somebody just when it came to dating that was scammed not so long ago, like last year. And this was a woman whose husband passed away many years ago.
Yeah.
And then after years and years of mourning, she decided, look, she'll start dating. And she went on a dating app. And she fell in love with this guy, and he supposedly fell in love with her. And next thing, he was having all these problems and these issues. And she now started sending this love of her life money to help him, and buying him food vouchers and everything else, only to find out
Shame.
this guy is not even the same guy.
I saw a
Gosh.
documentary like that a while back. Like
Yes.
a guy on Tinder.
I know
was
somebody
busy
who it's
scamming.
happened
The Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
May the Almighty protect all of us, because it's so convincing. And you notice people have like relationships like they are more than 2 years, some of them.
What's
But they say a con
WhatsApp
person
relationship?
doesn't just go in, they win your trust. And
Yeah.
some of them even work with you for years
Yeah.
for you to like say can never be, and this person's genuine.
Very, very depraved.
They
Hey,
calculated.
very, very brave, huh?
plan.
Yeah, Harlan, schools, when you're looking at schools, should schools teach cyber safety and scam awareness?
Absolutely. I mean, as someone who has grew up without that, for my instances, that would have really helped in my time in school. Because when I was in school, no one really told you, like, if you see something suspicious or something sounds too good, I feel like your first point of action should be go tell it to someone. But because we're young, we're arrogant, and like you said, we want to fit in. So if there's a way that we can make quick money, we won't talk to anyone. We'll just try to do it on our own.
Yeah.
So it's that diligence you got to teach the youth.
And exactly, because we're still trying with financial literacy at schools, like, how to use a card, the plastic, because a lot of the youth feel like they don't realize the long term. We got to pay that. Doesn't mean we can just go wild. I mean, even adults too. You have to pay that.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm laughing. I have a proposition for all of us. So you guys ready? Quick one. All right. So you each pay me 500 Rand. All right. I will teach you how I got you all to pay me 500 Rand. And then you go out there and you get somebody else to pay you all 500 Rand. And then you're going to teach them.
How to
And they're going to teach, and they're going to teach, and they're going to teach. And we all,
Pyramid scheme.
let's do it. Yes.
that's completely legit, right on to Michelle.
Wait. Since you're talking about pyramid schemes, a friend of mine, I'm talking maybe 15 years ago, insisted I come with her. She invited to this posh place in Westville, and the supper's going to be served, and come Sumaya, and let's go. I was single then. So I said, okay, and it was on a Friday. So I said, okay, so we all dressed up, and we went there, and we were like, we never even bothered, before we could start, we're just looking at all the canapes and the hors d'oeuvres and, the fancy hotel, and wow, and everything so posh. And when we started, there was this lady who was so convincing. She started off like this. I was a hobo, and I was on the streets, and today I'm driving a 1 million rand car, and I'm doing this, and we all are like jaws open, like, yeah, we all are school teachers. So we're just looking over there like, really, how can we do it? And they are so convincing the pyramid schemes. That stopped for a while now. I don't hear about that, huh?
I haven't heard about it for a long time. But I mean, I went to one when I still lived
we all
in
of us been
Johannesburg. No, I went. And my kid's dad at the time was insisting he's not going to take me. I said, no, but this is for real. Because, I mean, as you say, they're so convincing. I didn't know it was a pyramid scheme. And he's saying, I'm telling you, we're going to drive all the way there and it's a pyramid scheme. And I'm saying, what is a pyramid scheme? I'm telling you, this is genuine. They said, I want a prize, you know. And when I went there, they did give me a little bowl. But it was a pyramid scheme. It was a pyramid scheme. He was so upset with me. So, well, at least we had a cup of coffee and a cookie, and I went some with the bowl.
And my friend was so upset because I never knew how it worked, right? So she thought if she brought a couple of other friends along, as you said, each one of them will give her, and then she will make something. But then we just killed it for her. So she had to probably find out. No, but, you know, it's like people can be so convincing in all of this here. Liam, can influencers do more to warn followers about scams? Or because most of them are scamming us.
I think it's a responsibility when you occupy such a large space on social media to do your due diligence with the kind of brands that you work with as an influencer. But also, if people are using your likeness, your image, or something that's linked to you and your brand as a social media personality, I think it's up to you to sort of set the record straight from the jump. I think it puts you in good stead with your followers. You know, you provide some value outside of entertainment to help and warn them against certain scams. I know there's people whose whole social media existence is based around warning people around scams or living like that Live Savvy lady. She's really cool. And you know, their content is based around maybe making the most out of your money and stretching it, but they'll also warn you against scams and stuff like that. So I definitely think it should be a
guys. I have a really nice one, right? Why do people still fall for you want a phone scam?
Because everyone wants a phone.
Everyone wants a new phone.
Everyone wants a phone. How do you win something you never applied for the competition for?
When you research it, you'll have comments, I never believe it, and this person.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, how do they do
Sumaya, let's admit, you and I have read that.
Yeah.
We've read it. I went back as well, and also to make sure, you know, so we have. I mean, they are very convincing.
I find myself very, very cynical when it comes to these kinds of people. Like, I think coming from the industry that I work in and understanding how people market and sell, like if you're selling to me, I know you're selling to me. It's only if you can sell convincingly and you win me over, then I understand.
But Liam, how do people go and put comments there? Are they paying these people
No,
to
those
go?
are bots.
It's bots.
Is it
fake
robots?
accounts, a lot of times.
So, okay, explain us. Okay.
Robots.
You know, this is Youth Frequency. We also youthful. Explain us how that works, because I think that's where lots of us fall prey. When you see the reviews and comments, like.
And I've gone through the reviews as well.
So we don't think it's that person.
Yeah.
We think it's so many. We think it's Peter, Paul,
No,
Jamie,
sometimes
Sumaya.
you can register multiple accounts on different email addresses.
Okay.
So people will do that. So just look, if you can see there's somewhat of a similarity or uniformity, you can almost tell if someone's comment is a genuine person's comment or if it's just the basic works for me, this is definitely real, pretty good. I feel more or less you can tell when it's a bot.
For social media, for me, what I tend to do is if I barely even buy into these kinds of things, but I'm always interested to poke the bear and see what's happening there. So you go and you look in these comments and you see what kind of people are commenting. Are these even human beings? Click into the page. How? No posts or activated 2 years ago, or it's a new account on Instagram. These are the measures
The
that we put
best
in
one
place.
for me is spin the wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Or try to make that horse or that car stop in that.
Yeah.
What about send this to 20 of your friend groups?
Okay,
I
I
do
fell
not
prey
like
to that.
those.
Right, lots of time. Especially when it's
Those.
a prayer or a dua or something from the
They play
Quran
on-
or a scripture, something
Oh,
like, do this, you'll
That's
something.
terrible.
But
Yeah, you feel
lots of
bad.
people fell prey.
That's terrible. People preying on religious
Yeah.
elements is wild.
And they say, pass, if you don't send this, and then
You
we
go-
get a bit
yeah.
scared.
No, for me, if you have to peer pressure me into something, I immediately don't like you. So
Hey, you're so good. Be not like
no,
this.
I'm cynical. I'm just too cynical for people. You really got
But they're also a different generation. You must know they're
Oh,
born
yes.
into all
Into the
this.
technology.
So they're forced to almost be like cyber security guards on their own.
What you're saying, I
they're
like what
born
you're saying.
cyber security guards. With us, we've had to learn all these things.
Yeah.
When we were born into very innocently.
True.
We know what we've been taught. They now are researching. They have everything at their disposal. They click a button and they have an answer. We didn't grow up like that.
Exactly. We used our brains.
Yeah.
Some people.
Or we had
use-
to fail.
Yeah,
Oh, we had to fail.
Yeah.
Some people use calculators and some people used abacus. I won't say.
You know?
Do you know, everyone uses their cell phones to calculate.
I used the abacus before. I won't
and
lie.
yeah, and I took a calculator, and they're darn hell expensive.
Yeah.
My kids were so amazed at school. They thought it was a toy.
What the calculator?
calculator,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
You know
hilarious.
The big one.
Oh, the scientific calculators.
No,
You
the
know,
big one.
The one which shop stores use.
Oh, that
and-
black one. With
yeah, and the top has a lip where it sticks
yeah,
out.
it does this.
Yeah, so I wanted to add up some papers, and they were like so amazed, and these kids were like really like amazed. And one of them is asking me, "Is it a toy?" And when I thought about it, you know what? Toy stores actually sell
Exactly.
toys like
Yeah.
that there. So wow.
The till or the register, they get this big calculator.
Harlan, looking at gaming, are gaming scams targeting all your friends, the teenagers, becoming too dangerous?
I'm glad you said gaming because I love gaming. Yes, I mean, gamers are the most easiest to target, especially when they play online games. Now, for me, luckily, I have not played online because from a gamer's perspective, the online lobbies are hectic. But, I mean, it's quite easy to catfish, especially the young people who like to play online and always, when they talk to people and all that there. So it is quite easy to catch them.
Yeah. But then when you think about it, Michelle, how risky is sharing, your personal information online? We don't even realize we're doing that.
Yeah, very, very risky. And you still have some cases, I mean, we all see it on social media where some kids have disappeared or they went to meet these people, etc. But I mean, I've got a little boy that's 12 years old and I always say to him, look, you're playing all these online games. He says it's bonding time for him and his friends. And then you educate your child and you say, don't just, be vulnerable or don't just believe anybody. And he told me straight, do you think I'm silly? So I think it's a matter of the more we educate them, the more aware they're going to be. But if your child is not aware, of these things, then you stand at greater risk.
You know, when you think about it, you must have seen videos and stories and documentaries where, so I know there's one video which always pops up. I think it's in America where an old man in his 40s, pictures up at someone's house. And a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old was gaming with them, and they never knew it was so old.
Yes.
And that person thought like there's nothing wrong with it, but the mother was like petrified.
Of
Because
course.
you don't, sometimes you get so into it, you don't even know who you're playing with.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why in some games, like, the lobbies are segregated. Like, if you over 18, then of course you can't talk to people over 18. Like, I know Roblox has that feature.
Yeah.
I don't know what games you're talking about because the ones that my son plays, sometimes I stand by the door and I listen. And I could hear an older guy talking not so long ago, and there's my child so taken up in the game and he's saying, boy, to this older guy.
Like I said, it's not all games, but some games have
Some, yeah.
segregated
Yeah.
lobbies.
Especially with random or open lobby and
Yes.
matchmaking, with random matchmaking where they just put like a random player on your teammate. You play with people from like Ukraine or
Different
like
It must be
different
those
countries,
then, yeah.
older, younger.
And lots of people, parents are, I won't say they're illiterate, I won't say they're stupid or silly, I won't say they're backwards, they're just not abreast with the times, so they'll just take it like, the child's playing Nintendo or
No, you
Tetris.
must check, eh?
Like you won't
Yeah, you
realize.
must check.
So should parents monitor young people, Michelle's
100%.
online activity more
I
closely?
actually, 100%. I actually stand by the door sometimes and just listen in.
Yeah.
And you have to check. And then your child's phone. Your child is underage. That's not your child's phone. That's both of your phones.
No, it's your phone.
So there needs to be times where you actually say, hand in your phone, and passwords. Know your children's passwords.
Yeah, no, that's so important. But again, technology and everything, we get so busy and we don't realize how so easy it is to be scammed, to chat to someone you don't know, and stuff like that there. So can AI make scams harder to detect in the future, Liam?
Especially for the elderly.
Oh.
Shame, they're gonna get scammed so hard.
Yeah.
But
So
already,
bad. They are.
in
Because they
overseas
believe
and
everything
UK.
they see in the videos. It's because Facebook makes it so accessible.
Yeah.
I worry about those people that are like 70 plus,
The boomers.
65 plus. Yeah.
But you're giving me some ideas, Liam. Maybe we need to go and
But-
educate
but-
some of the
but-
elderly.
you know,
agree.
that is a lovely thing you
agree.
guys need to do, because when you
Yeah.
think about it, they are so realistic, and AI hasn't really touched base with lots of people at a certain age and even younger. It looks so convincing.
Yeah, especially the low quality vids. It hides all the telltale signs of AI. It's
No, I think we're going to consider it done. I think we need to go and we need to educate the elderly.
Oh, only one question, guys. So
On some
mermaids, aren't they real?
They are real. That's a separate conversation.
They are real. They are real.
But I mean, you don't even have to like look at the elderly. I mean, even me, when I'm on
and
TikTok and
sometimes you
I'm,
get caught.
I'm like, no, that's AI.
Yeah.
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 But it's so easy, because let's be honest, when AI first started touching base, lots of us never knew. That was how many years ago? About 2 years ago? We thought it's real until people started saying, no, that's AI. And first, like, what is AI? Everything is AI. And then we started educating
I
ourselves.
feel like it also depends on the social media platform you're on.
Yeah.
It normally becomes more believable depending on what the general viewership's reaction is to it. So like on Instagram and TikTok, you always have people in the comments who'll be the alarm bell. This is straight AI.
Yeah.
There's especially with the younger demographics, people are really up in arms about AI. There's a very I don't want to say poor relationship, but we're really aware of that kind of stuff and setting off alarms for that. Hey, on Facebook, people start believing the stories about shame. So one of my friends is a priest, an older priest. And he played a video, and it was speaking to some scripture that we were looking at.
And you burst his bubble.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But he played it, and we all looked at each other because it was so on the money for the scripture. We
Yeah,
didn't have the
yeah.
heart to say that the song that is
Yeah.
actually AI generated. You can even hear like how the vocals are
But
and stuff.
shame, they don't even
But
know.
he
They
won't
But
don't
that's
know.
an innocent
Yeah,
sense
he
of
won't know.
AI usage because in
But what
his
about
world it was
imitating
real.
your voice?
Yeah, that's scary.
That's very scary.
That's very scary.
That's absolutely scary, yeah. Do you know, Michelle and I, Mummy B and I admitted it. Yeah, okay, we were scammed.
Yeah.
But why are people embarrassed, especially y'all's counterparts, to admit they were scammed? Harlan, would you tell us if you scammed? No.
No. Because in my mind, I know that I'm supposed to
No better.
know better. So obviously, it's going to be that no.
So no one will know. So we won't. So we'll just wonder, oh God, you're having a moody day.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just take it as that. Listeners, we'll be taking a short ad break.
Radio Al-Ansar welcomes your feedback. If you have a broadcasting-related complaint, please put it in writing and address it to the head of the complaints committee. Include your full name, contact details, a clear description of your complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. Or bring it in person to our Pietermaritzburg office at 240 Ortman Road, Willowton. Your input helps us serve you better.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd.
This Eid ul-Adha, remember the ultimate sacrifice and your duty to humanity. Join the Al-Ansar outreach in reaching over 70 villages in Malawi. For just 1,250 Rand, your Qurbani is slaughtered, cleaned and distributed under the supervision of our respected Mufti, Hamza Faruqi. Make your Qurbani count. Call Al-Ansar Outreach today on 031 208 1601.
La ilaha illallah.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 3 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
When you give your Qurbani to the Al-Imdad Foundation, we don't just take it, we carry it. From slaughter in India to canning in Egypt, through shipping, through borders, through every checkpoint between here and Gaza, we carry your amana until it reaches the hands it was meant for. One share at 3,450 Rand becomes meals for families who've been waiting too long. Make your Qurbani with someone who carries it through. Donate online at www.alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
This Rabiul Awal, answer the call of your heart from only 25,000 Rand. Join us for a spiritually uplifting time honoring the birth of our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Packages ex-Johannesburg, 19th of August to 1st of September 2026 on the world's #1 airline, Qatar Airways. 6 nights in Medina, 6 nights in Makkah, 4-star hotels, transfers, visas, and full guidance by the Show Mirage travel team. Book now. Contact us on 031 2084 222 or WhatsApp on 0786 004972. Show Mirage Travel, your trusted Umrah partner.
Radio Al-Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM. Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
If you wanna look amazing, lady, you know what you gotta do right now. Cover up your beauty.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Youth Frequency. Yes, we got a hot topic this evening. The rise of online scammers targeting youth. Not only the youth, I think all of us, we were talking about how easy, they tell you want a car or, pay this, or you think someone's the bank or something. Yeah, we were continuing. Liam had to leave us because he has an early start today. As if you know, he's training for the comrades. He said 30 days. Oh, wow, well done to him. Guys, you know what's so important? And I think we all of us see this, are fake learnerships and bursaries destroying hope amongst the youth. There are so many fake bursaries, and some of them are even posing to be like Department of Basic Education and DOE, and I get messages coming from National, this is a scam, or big red writing fake. Now, a lot of the youth are falling prey to that.
Yeah, 100%. So again, it's like taking advantage of people's vulnerability of their, how can I say, this is like something that's such a need in South Africa, is this education is an opportunity pushing us forward towards more and towards better. It's specifically vulnerabilities, and not even vulnerabilities, struggles. Our struggles are being pried on.
And since we always speak about the unemployment amongst the youth, and I need money to study, and there's an opportunity, a bursary. I mean, we all of us know majority of the teachers had bursaries back in the day. So, I mean, for lots of professions. So it's like you think, okay, this is something what my mom did or my grandparent did, but just to find out you paid that deposit of maybe 500 Rand or 2,000 Rand to realize it's fake.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
They do it so well.
They do. This is my thing, especially with scammers, and I always say they do it to such an extent. These people are obviously so intelligent, and they obviously have such gifts and skills. Now, if they were to take that same intelligence and those same gifts and skills and apply them to another area of their life, any other area of their life, they can make even more money than what they'd make scamming, because they obviously have potential to do great, but they're just using it to steal money.
Do you know, normally we watch that in movies with the youth where, they're hacking in and stuff. But now this is like happening right here in South Africa. Gosh, like we all of us are so scared. Harlan, do you think social media companies be blamed for fake accounts and scam pages? Should they be blamed?
Yes, they should be held accountable, especially when you can see that it's gaining a lot of it, especially because these social media pages and whatnot, they feed off of accounts that are getting a lot of attention. So especially these accounts that have a huge following because the content is so good, but they're gonna look past it that it's scamming people. As long as it's getting a lot of attention, getting a lot of views, then it's gonna keep it on. They're not gonna be held accountable.
But when you think about it, like as we were talking, where you get these things where it's a fake popular and chain store, purchase these things, what you normally pay 50 Rand, it's like going for 20 Rand. But they're on social media and they're still there, like it's not removed. So, and a lot of people don't know whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or any other platform, What's the process when you know something is fake? Who do you tell? Who do you inform? We don't know.
You're 100%. We don't know that process. But what should be the process of putting something on social media that's business? So surely I would think that as what we could possibly do, or what they should do, is if it's got to do with making money or business or whatever, then they should actually ask people for documents. So if you want to post anything to do with your business, then we need a business registration number, and fill out this form to state what your business is doing. And if you don't do that, then unfortunately you just keep on posting, like, just your fun experiences and stuff, but nothing to do with business. Why can't we go that route?
The old-fashioned way.
Exactly.
So I do want to say that I know with certain apps and certain social medias, there is a process that you can go where you can report the account.
Reports, yes.
So here you will report it and they'll give you options. One of the options would be impersonating someone. Now you have an option to say, are they impersonating me or are they impersonating someone else? Then you send them the screenshots. However, I do think that more strict rules and regulations need to be put into play, especially with, as I'm saying, if it's in terms of a business or even just people in general. Allow the person to verify the fact that this is their account. I know with my account on social media, a lot of people copy my account on Instagram, on TikTok, and they offer
Who told you to be so famous,
Hey,
Jamie?
no. It's terrible. And they offer people sessions, because I do a lot of motivational talking, a lot of coaching and stuff. So they offer people this, they'll DM them offering, and then people obviously send them money and then they get scammed. So I have to put it out there and say, hey, this is my only account. I will never ever DM you. But it's gotten to a point now where TikTok is sending me a notification to say, hey, my account is looking suspicious because there's other accounts who are doing the same thing as me. So now I have to appeal, and it's a whole big thing. And the problem is now, how do I verify that I am actually the person who's making the videos? So I think regulations and rules need to be put into place with that to take it further. It's not enough to just report the account, because then they're just making more and more accounts.
Red flags. Come on, guys. What red flags should we look for to know it's a scam?
If it sounds too good to be true.
Yes.
Any job that's asking you to pay money up front.
Yeah.
That's for number one. Any job that says to you,
pay.
This is an opportunity, but you need to pay
your
X
ID.
amount. That's a big red flag. Big red flag.
I like what Liam said, how he likes to poke the bear.
Yeah.
Your background checks are vital, especially when it comes to job opportunities that have been offered to you.
Do you know, we always talk about the unemployment. We need a side hustle. I mean, times are hard and we're desperate. What advice, all of you guys, quick one before we round up, to the youth out there and just the general public about scams?
As I would say, in any side hustle, any job that's saying to you, look, in order for you to earn money, you need to pay in X amount. That straight away is a red flag. Another thing is if you try and call this person and they tell you, unfortunately, I cannot make calls to you, or you cannot make calls to me, you can only message me. That is another huge red flag as well also. Another thing that you need to also look for besides that is if they are asking you for your banking details up front. Right? These people are very clever. You may think that maybe there's nothing they can do with your banking details, but there absolutely is. They could arrange stop orders on your account, etc., etc. So be very careful of those things, along with some other stuff as well also.
Guys, can you believe it's 8 o'clock so quick? Gosh, time just flies. Well, Holland, thank you so much for being in person. Looking cool, representing the counterparts and the youth out there with your, what they call shades.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Has the name changed?
It's just shades.
So Michelle, no more groovy. It's a can.
Yeah.
No more beach dongs. It's flip-flops.
Exactly.
So we need them to educate us. Well, what a powerful conversation this evening we had. A massive thank you to Jamie, Liam, Harlan, Michelle for being part of our panel every week and bringing honest, insightful and real youth perspectives to the discussion. Tonight reminded us that online scams are no longer just old people problems, guys. Young people are now the main targets. Scammers study trends, youth culture, slang, emotions, and even dreams. They know exactly how to create pressure, excitement, and fake urgency. But one thing is clear, being smart online is now just as important as being smart in real life. So before clicking links, sending OTPs, or trusting online opportunities, always pause and think twice, because today's scammers don't hide behind masks anymore. Exactly. They hide behind Wi-Fi, fake profiles, and viral links. This is Youth Frequency, keeping the youth informed, aware, and one step ahead. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll catch you next week. Assalamu alaikum.
You know what you gotta do right now. Cover up your beauty for the Almighty. You do all this for your deen. Your sacrifice is only temporary. You know what you gotta do right now. Your hijab is your crown, we all see, and you wear it to serve Ilahi. Hijab, Biko, hijab, Biko, hijab, Biko. You wear it for Allah. Hijab, Biko, hijab, Biko, hijab, Biko. You wear it.